Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode in the Making for Modding series. I just want to apologize for not getting a video out last week. It was just I was gonna do one on Wednesday. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, but Wednesdays are when I'm planning on getting these videos out to you guys, and mostly because it's the time I've got. So my workload is in real life just a little bit shorter on Wednesdays, and so I'm wanting to basically get these out to you on Wednesdays. So this one's going to be a little late, so I do apologize for that. As I was recording one last week, you're gonna got it all set up and ready to record, and um, my OBS had to do an update, and it was a pretty big update. I hadn't updated it in a while, so yeah, I just by the time it was done updating, I didn't have time to record one, so I do apologize for that. As my internet connection is not that great, so it takes me a long time to download and update stuff. So, but anyways, so here we are with part three. And basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to try to basically get these brackets here on this one and work on some of the bar, some of that stuff. So basically, get these brackets on here for the support of the arm here, and then work on some of these outer utensil stuff before we get to the wheels. Hopefully, we can get to those in the next episode. So, yeah, let's get started here. We need to go ahead and press in first to pull up the screencast keys. There we go. Get that going. So I don't know if I had those that on last time, so I do apologize for that. I'll try to remember to keep those turned on so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So pretty close. Looks like there. Let's go ahead and pull that out and press A to deselect. Then I hold down Control and move the bounce button to highlight whatever I want to highlight. Control Z to undo. Cool. So what I'm going to do here is just move this up a tad bit more so it is kind of in line and off the ground. So should give us just a little more room there. That looks better. Deselect that. We'll go back here. And what we want to do is, this is just a cube right now. So what we want to do is kind of shape it to this thing right here. I think it's this picture. So you can kind of see right here that it's indented and looks almost like a U shape. So we're gonna get that going here. Um, the way we're gonna do that is by adding some cuts. So the first thing we want to do is take this and place this roughly, I'm not sure actually, but let's go right there. And we'll take another one. And again, you can see that it's Control R. And then once you get it, you just click to activate the line where you want it. Alright, with that, we have some material we can mess with here. Whoopsies. Now it's kind of wonky because this is just indented. Um, and it doesn't obviously look right. Get a different angle here maybe. Pictures never show you what you want to see. It's very important to find the right pictures, otherwise you won't get very detailed and accurate of what it's supposed to be. This wasn't a high quality picture, you can see it's a little pixelated. But nevertheless, I think I kind of got the gist of it. I kind of know what I want, so. And so this is faces, this is lines. So to select this line, we need to just press C. And what we want to do is bring it back up so that it's pretty much flush. As best as possible. And then these are not right. Alright, so there's a couple different ways we can do this, right? So if we take this one and we press I, that'll pretty much get pretty close to what we want. And then what we do is grab this line here and move it down. It doesn't help our cause actually. This is the best way. Start with the lines instead, I guess. You know what we're gonna have to have? We're gonna have to have more lines. So, in order for this to work right, what we're gonna have to do is put in some more lines here. Whoops. Go the other way. Alright, so this should get us pretty close to what we want. Sorry about all that, guys. Should have probably had some more practice in Blender. Now I would lean to say that that's pretty close. Hmm. Dissolve edge. Nope. Huh. For some reason I'm having trouble. It's not my merge is not working. Pretty much to fix this hole, all we're gonna do is select the lines. Dang it. And just press F for fill. Perfect. Well, I guess I wouldn't go so far as to say perfect, but pretty close. Alright, well, I've spent way too much time on that, but let's go ahead and I'm sure I'll figure out how to get a different one in here. I'm just gonna throw this one up for now. Pretty sure it was Z, I was gonna say. There we go. And let's see here. So it's a little wide, so we're just gonna scale it. On the x-axis. And just shrink it till it kind of fits. Needs to be a little wider, but not a whole lot. Like that. That'll probably work. Actually, let's scale it just a little bit more. There, that fits a whole lot better. That's perfect. And so now that looks fairly close to that. Um, Alright, so I kind of mess around with that and probably come back to it. I would say for now let's just set up some of these brackets. To do that, we're gonna have to hold Shift A for new mesh. Grab a cube. Pretty much always just use cubes or cylinders. Scale it down. Now what we need is to scale it on the x-axis, make it longer. Not a bunch, but a little bit. Alright, so now it's a cube and we need to make it in an L shape. So the way I do that is you can scroll wheel when you press C to move sides. So I just select that line and move it down like this, and I move it in like this. And see, what I'm judging is the thickness. It's pretty close. About like that will probably do, actually. There we go. Alright, so then we want to put in another line. Just grab this line and pull it down. But I have another line, looks like. My bad. Looks pretty close. Dang that timer. Alright, So I'm trying to keep it between 25 and 30 minutes, guys. I spent a lot of time there on that bracket. Very sorry. Alright, so once we have our brackets here, then what we do is we press the Z again and highlight that. So we just got that. Shift D to dupe it on the Y-axis. And just move it down. Whoops. Shift D, make sure you press Y so it stays along the bar there. Okay, don't need the last one. So that's that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna very quickly grab a cylinder. We're gonna rotate it on the y-axis. So I pressed R and then pressed Y. And then we want to rotate it 90 degrees. So just type in 90, 90, and then hit enter. From there, we're going to take it and we're going to rotate it on the Z axis 90 degrees. Press enter. Turn a camera. Get that out of the way. Move it up. Scale it down with S. Pretty close. Bring the scale down even more. And a little more. That's that center bar that's kind of stabilizing everything, so it's relatively large. We'll know how much more to scale it after we lengthen it, so to do that we just want to scale it on the y-axis and just drag our cursor a little bit. Probably too much. I'll work with that for now. Alright, so let's make it just a tad bit larger. Just like that. Move it out and up just a smidget. And then we want to scale it back on the y-axis so that it fits where we want it to. And as you can see, it just depends, but that looks pretty good. Not too bad. Maybe just a tiny bit too big. So you'd scale it down just a hair. That looks better. But something like that. Probably even smaller than that. But that is. I'm gonna try to keep these about 30 minutes, guys, because I know they're getting super long. There's just you can't get a lot done. I was thinking about doing time lapses, but then it kind of defeats the purpose of what I'm doing, and I want to kind of walk you step by step on what I'm doing, even if I'm making mistakes as well. So yeah, so this is going to be the railing on this side. Um, and so hopefully we're gonna get a tire over here and whatnot, but that'll come a little later. Um, so yeah, guys, please comment down below. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions for these videos. Just let me know, and just give me a like. Just that way I know you guys are appreciating these videos and you do want to see more of them. I hope you do, as I've started it back up again. So I know there was a lot of comments on the first one about it. So here we are. We are going. So eventually we will get this thing done. Once we get this half, you may say like I ain't got that much done, but once you get half of it done, we'll basically use a modular to complete the other side without having to model it. So I will show you guys how to do that in a future video. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.